Hey
Hey,
there.
good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Big Ed here, and I have Kristin Hess, my trusty sidekick, and this is the Big Ed Show. It's our first one that we're doing today. So, be kind, be nice, leave comments, do whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
we're up early. We're ready. We've got some good content.
we got some good content for those of you guys at work. You don't want to be working. You want to actually pay attention to us because, we have a lot of good stuff coming up. And we're talking about a lot of topics. This show, you know, felt the need to create this because we wanted to, to get talk about us a little bit, but not only about us, but about you. We're looking to actually, we know we have a lot of people that we're friends with, and we're going to be doing some interviews and having some fun and a lot of great things. So, Kristen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am Kristin Hess. I am a 30-year veteran mortgage loan originator sitting here in beautiful Sussex County, New Jersey. And everyone's saying, oh, it's warm. It's like 30 something degrees. It's cold still. I don't care what anybody says. I see snowflakes out the window. Moved out here 5 years ago, got two Bernese mountain dogs that were little tiny pups in my hand that are now 140 pounds each. I know they're overweight,
Wow,
so
I
no
know that
judging.
feeling.
No judging.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh, and I didn't mention about me. So some of you guys that don't know me why and where I earned a nickname. My name's Big Ed. I'm you know, one a pretty big guy, 6'6", and I weigh you know, whatever. We won't talk about that. But anyway, um, I used to be an educator, and I'm always an educator. Always educate you. We educate our clients all the time. But I was in education for over 20 years, and then I've been doing real estate full time now for 7 years, and I'm with Coldwell Banker right now. Um, I had a lot of fun work with many different clients, many different clients. So we're going to share some of our stories, some of our fun, so a little bit of our knowledge and experience. With the during that time, I sold over 200 homes. Worked in many different areas in the state of New Jersey, everywhere from Newark all the way down south to Cape May area, Wildwood. So, yeah,
Yeah,
we
fun
have a lot of
fact.
experience. Like, yeah, fun fact. Go ahead.
Fun fact, this room that I'm in right now, which is
Yeah,
I call it the princess room, was
right.
aired on the Dr. Oz show. I was
It
on
was.
an episode. Yep, I was on an episode called Is Your Hair Stressed Out? It was me and my friend Michelle Austin, and we had the time of our life. And it was so funny because we had to stage the room, and the producers called and like, "Oh yeah, put this lighting here, do this." So I was like, "This room is now famous. It has been on the Dr. Oz show." So that's just a little fun fact.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fun fact. I just put this up this morning because
Yeah.
I didn't want anybody to see my open drawers behind me, so I did a virtual screen. So it's a good thing. That's a fun fact.
Yeah,
But no,
that
that's
is
cool.
very
You
fun.
did that with the Dr. Oz show. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And what did you? Your hair was too stressed out or something
So
like
they
this?
made us do tests. We had to pull it, and if it popped out, and like they gave us different things. If your hair is wet and it takes a long time to dry, I didn't really know what they were talking about because my hair is naturally curly, and I had to go spend money to have it made poker straight. So that's another thing. Those shows that you watch are all baloney. There's nothing real about them because they told me everything I had to do to pretend I had this poker straight hair and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, just another fun fact. What you see is not real on those shows.
Well, if they wanted something about scary hair, they should have just came to me. But for the last 20 years, it's been a little scary, so that's
Yeah.
why, hence the hat. So, no, um, what's interesting, Chris. I know we were talking about this earlier today. We were talking about what's going on in the world, especially with the AI situation. And
Yeah.
in our business, and you and I, we build our businesses based on interpersonal connection with one another and with your clients and the people that you work with, things like this. And I know yesterday there was all the hullabaloo was about China uh, coming up with their own version, or they had their own version for AI versus the United States, who's trying to become the world leader. But that always brings back to me, where do we stop? You
Well, like I
know,
was saying, AI definitely has its place because I can only touch so many people at one time. So AI allows me the availability to reach many more people at once. But you
right?
have to be careful because I did a loan for somebody years ago and her credit was a mess. And I'm like, where did all this money go? I know she makes a lot of money. And she actually got involved in a scam where she thought she was dating somebody on the internet that she never spoke to, never saw, nothing, and gave all her life savings to. And this morning it pops up on my computer that this woman in France just got scammed out of $850,000, left her billionaire husband because she thought she was in love and dating Brad Pitt.
What?
So, yeah. So if you have AI, I mean, I could take a Brad Pitt video and make it talk to her now. Like before, you couldn't even do that.
Wow.
So like it has its places, but you got to be real careful because you don't know if that's really Brad Pitt in love with you or somebody sitting in a little rocking chair over a million countries away.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That this lady actually fell for that?
Yes, she
Well,
did. She's 53 years old. You think you'd know but better by then, but nope,
I
doesn't
guess
happen.
so. Yeah, especially like, Brad Pitt. Yeah.
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 I
So
mean, you look,
yeah, maybe.
I had Angelina Jolie after me, but that's I
Yeah.
didn't want to air that on the.
I can't. But it's true. People just think all
Yeah.
these people are after him. No. So that's the one caveat of AI that,
Yeah.
you just gotta be careful. But the all the positive, beautiful things about it, I'm a
Yeah.
fan.
I'm a fan too. I think there's a time and a place, and we talk about like having that interpersonal communication with one another. I Now you got to understand with the world that I came from. I used to be an assistant principal, okay,
Mhm.
and internet and cell phones. I was coming through the ranks right when all these things were happening, especially with texting. And I still
Yep.
remember the kids like texting under the desk. I was like, how do you
We
guys
used
even
to pass
talk?
the little papers rolled up with notes.
Oh
That was
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And now it's like
exactly,
send a text to this one, that one, take a picture of someone, send it
right.
to everyone. Oh,
And I
crazy.
would say like your 30 somethings, early 40s, they were the kids that, that shows you my age, right? But the kids like in the late 20s, early, in their 30s, they were the ones that were really texting. Now,
Yeah.
that's how old they are today. I'm not against text. My biggest part, especially in our business, is that interpersonal connection and
Yeah.
having those conversations because things get misread in text. I
Some
think it's
people only want to communicate via email and text. I'm like, that's fine, but we first have to get to know each other and have that banter back and forth to find out what your situation is. Then, if you want to go free, fine. Then I'll email and text you. But in the beginning, you do need to have a conversation.
Yeah,
That
because there's things that get lost in translation, things get lost in inflection, things get
yeah.
lost in the story, things get lost. There's multiple things that get lost, and texting's great for putting facts down, making
Hmm.
sure you hit timelines, dates, stuff like that.
Where
But I
are you?
think,
You're running late. Something like that. Like
yeah, well,
I don't like a whole story on text. Maybe some
right.
people do, but
Well, I think that right there is, and maybe it does show our age. I don't know, but I do still think that interpersonal connection and like you're going to get texts and emails and calls and how many times, everybody says how great technology was. It was going to cut down on a lot of things with paper, and I think it actually added more. I think it actually added more, things you have to look out for. And even that lady, when you were just talking about her before, it's insane
yeah,
that
crazy.
she fell for Brad Pitt, and I was like, so
Yeah,
AI
imagine you
is
get
coming.
divorced, you go to court, you wanna take all his money, and the husband's like, "She thinks she's dating Brad Pitt." I don't know, like,
Yeah, the
crazy.
Brad Pitt defense.
Mhm.
So anyway, so but those interpersonal connections are so important, and the technology is out there. It's so cool that we can get on here and just share information with people,
Yeah, I mean,
and
you're
that,
what, down South Jersey, I'm all the way up at the tip, and we can
yeah,
talk about things as if we're sitting right next to each other, which is that's the beautiful part about technology.
yeah,
We can be in many places at once. We don't have to spend our whole day driving to get to, meetings. So,
right,
you still have to have that interpersonal connection. Like even with your networking group that you created, which is so beautiful, you still
right,
do a in-person meeting because you still want the people to get to know each other. And like
right. Right. I mean, and you have to have that interpersonal connection with people. I think that's so important, and I think we beat that dead horse. So let's go
yeah.
on to something else.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we could talk
What
about
else do we have?
freak offs, Diddy freak offs. I haven't heard about
The
those in a
hell is
while.
a Diddy freak off? Oh heck, sorry. It is. I know this is a rated G show. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't know. Like we used to hear about all these things on the news. I don't hear about that anymore. Barely hear about the drones. Um, y-
Well, yeah, and you barely hear about the. I don't really watch the news as much, but the fires in California.
yeah,
I mean, my heart goes out to those people. My goodness, that's horrible. I mean, we never experienced anything like that in this state, as far as something that massive, and
yeah.
I
This
couldn't even
just shows
imagine
you
what those
so
guys
much
are
is
going through.
going on all around the world. Like we see what's in our backyard, but in our vast
Yeah,
places,
yeah,
there's people that are still suffering in North Carolina. Like, it's just everywhere.
Mm,
So,
yeah,
when you pull together, and I see a lot of people supporting everyone, which is a nice thing too with social media. I could see you could start a GoFundMe, we can go help people, whereas maybe we wouldn't know about that if we
yeah.
didn't have the access to that.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, and I think that I'm going to probably try to talk to some people. Now, the cool thing about Facebook, it connects me with people that I never even been connected before.
Yeah.
One guy that I'm connected with, he lives out in California. He's a personal trainer, awesome, awesome shape. He was actually in the movie Heartbreak Ridge. He was also a Maryland therapy guy I played that didn't play with me. He was older than I was. But Pete Koch, he's a great guy. And he actually does virtual personal training. I need to get back with him, but
I gotta tell
um,
you, talking about football, you played football.
yeah.
Very nice. Want to tell 'em where you played?
Oh, I played in Maryland. Yeah, University
Yeah.
of Maryland. Yeah, I was a Terp. So,
And
it's but the connections, and that's the one thing we talk about interpersonal connections. So, the guy like Pete, who lives out in California, was sharing his story, and it's heartbreaking to see. My cousin Nick, he in his own right, he's a Emmy award winning graphic artist, I believe that's what it
yeah,
is. And he's telling me the situation. And it's always like your family and friends and people live out there, and it's so sad to see what they're going through. And when it comes to your own backyard of people you actually know, it was just your heart goes out to them for that. So,
yeah.
um,
Well, the
so I just
personal
wanted to say,
connections with, social media, that's how we met. So, they say
oh yeah,
your algorithms kinda connect you with people that are like-minded, and we definitely, on our transactions we've had together, are like-minded.
I don't
We
know if
work
that's
at
good or bad for you,
well, we work at the same way. Like, we will go above and beyond
right?
umpteenth times to get that person their dream. And that's, a lot of people now just were like, okay, well, this is too much work. I don't want to get started on this. And with anything, not just even our business, a lot of times people don't want something that has effort that you have to put into it.
Well, you're
And
right. Yeah, I mean, and putting that kind of effort in, you got to think about the person, and a lot of times that sense of empathy that you have for them,
mhm,
help them get them. You take it personal, and I know I shouldn't take things personal, but that's always been my strength and weakness at the same time, where my heart goes out to them, and I try to understand what they're going through when they're buying or selling a house.
right.
And sometimes things don't always go your way, and you have to figure out different ways of problem solve and try to get this over to the table as hard as you can. And you know, you do everything you can for them. But yeah, I mean, you're the same way. We both try to exhaust all options for our clients if things go south, because we've dealt with some tough situations. We've dealt with some great situations too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I think that's what helps with your experience too, is
Yeah. And
building upon that.
you got your little light bulbs go off when
Oh yeah,
if we run into something like, oh, light bulb. And we know, kind of bounce off each other with ideas.
oh
And
yeah.
I don't remember how many years ago it was that I started going to open houses, and the staging, everything was all about staging. But I remember prior to that, I'd walk in someone's house and it was friggin' mess. It was clutter everywhere. And then all of a sudden it became like overnight staging was it. Everything had to be out of the way, put away, staging with throw blankets and pillows. Do you feel like that is still gonna be
Well, yes, and I
mhm.
think I do appeal to my friend Pinterest.
Uh-huh.
I try to come up with some ideas right there,
Yeah.
and I just try to get some. Uh, I look around in the house, and Denise, she does a great job in this house, so I pick up some ideas from her. I
Mhm.
try to, so I'm always looking to, um, get good ideas for staging, and in this business, sometimes you got to hire a stager, so
Yeah.
you
I
know
walk
we
into some houses and I'm grabbing stuff and throwing things in the basement and hiding things in the closet because I notice it now. And I'm just coming as a mortgage person. I'm not the realtor.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, oh no, if I walked in this house, this gotta go, that gotta go. Like that is just an eyesore. And you just take it out of the way. And then this way people can visualize something without
right.
that distraction like that. I don't
I
know.
specialize in man caves.
Yeah.
I am very good at that.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
was
I
kidding. That was a joke.
I got the princess room. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding.
Yeah, but it's been interesting to watch over the decades that I've been in
Yeah.
this business to see how things change, like what's important to people and what's not important.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, and that's where the guests come in. So you guys are out there watching this, either recorded version or live version. If you want to be a guest on our show, if you have a specific business that you want to promote, or if you want to just talk about what you do, I mean, we're actually going to talking about having some heroes on here, some people, the unsung heroes, our teachers, our friends.
I love it.
That yeah, I mean that we really want to highlight them too, and have that conversation because there's so much going on in the world and not everybody knows what's happening with everything. I mean, who does? So to have that kind of and part of the show too is going to be informational, so provide information for people not only around the house but just in life if you have any questions on certain things. So this is the show about everything, but and
Any
we'll provide
questions anybody has, you can message us and we'll
right.
try to get the answers for you. Buying a house is the biggest thing investment you're ever going to make in your entire life. And people are sitting on the sidelines saying, "Okay, I'm waiting for this rate. I'm waiting for this to happen. I'm waiting for that to happen." It's like when you want to have kids, if you waited for that perfect timing to have
Yeah,
start your family, most of us wouldn't have one
right. And there's
because
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, that's so I just feel like sometimes there's questions that you're afraid to ask because you don't want someone to think, "Oh, I'm gonna look silly if I don't know the answer to this." No silly questions with Ed and I. We don't care. We'll
No.
research anything if we don't know the answer.
And for those of you out on Facebook land, you can send us a message or put it in the comments below. You can do that. We also have it on our YouTube channel. So at Big Ed Tells Homes, a YouTube channel. So it's streaming there. Also, if you could like and subscribe there, that would be great. So any information we get you guys, or anything that you're looking for. Another project that we're working on is Sweet Scenes.
Yep.
SweetScenes.com's coming. We're looking at different places all around South Jersey, North Jersey, all of Jersey. Um, just anything that's cool, exciting. So if you want to promote your business on that, let me know. So we got a lot of cool
Right.
things coming in the works here. Um,
We're all about helping everyone so they can get more business going in this world because that's what it's about. It's relationships. We'll tell two friends about your business. They'll tell two friends.
Remember that
Um,
commercial, and
yeah,
so on, and
and
so.
so on. When she's, like, washing her hair and
Is that
go
what it
back to the
was?
hair again. Yeah. The shampoo. I think it was like a maybe was it I don't know. Can't
I
remember
don't
now. It
know.
was something that smelled pretty. I just remember that.
And so on, and so
Yeah.
anyway. So we'll be doing that, and getting that information out. So that's our
Yeah.
number one thing is to do that for you guys and bring you on. I mean, we could
Yeah.
bring up to a couple people. Also, Kristen and I are part of Cedar G, which Cedar G is our networking group. We're looking for businesses to join us, or if you have a specific skill set, plumbing. We're looking for a CPA, something like this. Reach out to us, and we
Yeah,
would
and
love
you
to have you.
virtual, and then we do get together in person, so you don't have to, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and drive anywhere. You just come right onto your computer. You don't even have to turn your camera on if you're having a bad morning. We don't care. We don't judge.
No,
Um,
it's
the
about that interpersonal connection once again. And once you get to know that person, they know that they care about you, and we're going to help each other get as much business as possible.
yeah.
So there's that also.
Everyone that has been on the group has been so delightful to work with. They really
Yeah,
care about each other. They'll share, referrals back and forth. Um, the only thing I can add about my business at this point is that I know there's some people that don't want to call, that don't want to talk, that don't want to text. So you can go to my website and look up your own rates, which is kind of nice. You just go to www.homepathlendingllc.com and they can go in and look at their rates. They don't have to put in any information about themselves. We're not trying to collect leads or anything. It's very transparent. You can go take care of yourself. So that's the one thing that I
you could put
want
that
to
in the
offer.
comments below on both YouTube and this, Kristen,
Yeah.
so they can have your information. That'd be awesome. And we'll stream that also. Um,
Yeah.
did you
That's just
say
so that people realize that they have outlets where they don't have to there's everything is always about lead generation. So when you go online, they lure you in with these little pretty shiny objects and they just really want to collect your data. With me, I don't care. I just want to be able to offer LLC after home path lending.
okay? Let me hide this then.
But that was good though that you know how to use this program. This is kind of fun.
Well, yeah.
What
Well,
this little video thing.
it's an ancient Chinese secret. Now, um,
There you
how about
go.
that? Does that work? Okay.
That's perfect. Awesome. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
just a little something that could help people out. But
So if they want to get their rates, they can go there at
yeah,
homepathlending.com.
yeah, and they just
Okay.
look it
Cool.
up themselves, which is kind of fun. Knowledge
Nice.
is power. You should know that, Mr. Educator. Anything we can do to empower our audience, I'm all
Yeah.
about.
Well, that's what we're all about right here. So, um, we're gonna have some things like our question trivia. We're gonna put that up there. Um, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of cool things coming. But you know what? I think for our first show, this was pretty good.
Yeah, I just
It's
want
only
to
gonna
do
get
a
better.
shout out to
Shout out.
my brother's fiance Sam gave me this beautiful cup for Christmas. So thank you. I'm enjoying it.
What's in the cup?
It's tea. Just
Okay, it didn't look like tea, so I was just
red
making sure
wine. No,
people.
it's tea.
Those are like, ah, yeah, she's drinking it early in the morning.
No, just tea.
Okay, okay. All right, guys. So, like I said, if you're looking to become a guest on the show, please will reach out or please reach out to us. We're looking to do this at least once a week, maybe more than that. Who the heck knows?
Yeah,
And
this was
hope you
our
guys enjoyed this.
experiment, and then we're gonna come up with some really good ideas. So anything that you want to ask us to do, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to do that
Love to have you.
within reason. We have to set some parameters.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
and go Eagles.
Go Eagles! I'm not even
There
an
you go.
Eagles fan, but go Eagles!
There
For
you go.
and my neighbor Lauren, go Eagles too.
And for Lauren, go Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Hope you all have a great day.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.